how are you guys doing? This is Dan with Kung Fu Lures and Kung Fu Fishing, and I'm putting together here a little video for the LOB, and I basically wanted to do a review on the HydroWave. I don't see too many of these videos out there. Now I do know for a fact that this is an object on my boat that gets quite a bit of questions, and if y'all guys watch any of my videos, you will see that you'll see this mounted on my front deck. Now a lot of people ask me, does it catch fish? Not really. What it does though is it engages the bait fish. It makes them active, and this is the truth here. I've gone about 20-30 feet of water, and I won't keep it on, I'll just leave it off, just put down my trolling motor. But I'll tell you what, I have put it, turn it on, and all of a sudden I start seeing some really good activity, movement from the ground that I didn't even have any idea that there was anything at the bottom. So it does really engage the fish. Now the next question that is very common, and I don't see really touched too many of it, or too much on, is the fact of, like, what settings do you have it on? What is the best? In the videos that I have seen, they always tell you got to match the conditions, volume, the delays on it, and all that good stuff. But they really don't, they don't talk too much about the sound. Well, I don't know if y'all guys can, see the 16 different options here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can bring this up close to you guys. Okay, so you can tell there's quite a bit on here. So what I say the best thing here, and what I normally do, is I try to do my research on it. If it's a lake that is really active, with let's say crayfish, then I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have it on the crayfish setting. If I'm fishing deep, they have a deep bait one. Basically here, you want to match what your conditions is. So it's going to require you to do research and see, what specifically is the bait in that specific lake, and then match it to your HydroWave, because you want to get that specific bait going and active. If all else fails, one of the go-to things that I always use on here, and it sounds a little bit crazy, is no matter what lake I'm in, there's two settings that always work for me: feeding frenzy, and then any of the crawfish setting. Now I bought the adapter for the crayfish, so I have a little bit more options. That's what's on here on the 16 sounds. It gives me like an additional 6 or something like that. But the crayfish on gravel finesse, the crayfish on sand finesse, those two, it for some reason it always makes the fish really active, be it top water or anything like that. It's one of my go-to sounds. Now, is this a must-have? For me, it is. But it's just like, you want to compare this pretty much like what you would rather your favorite scent, your favorite dyes that you use on your boats, on your jigs and baits and stuff. It's not a really must-have, I guess, but it's one of those confidence things. When you have your confident bait, your scents, your specific jig, this is an add-on to that to help you increase it. And believe it or not, you will start seeing the activity of the water that was just completely dead to starting to become a little bit more active. Again though, it's not a guarantee you're going to catch fish, but if you have them settings just right, you're going to start seeing a lot more activity. You're going to see the fish are a lot more engaged. You could have been throwing the same bait the whole time. All of a sudden, you got that thing on. One of the other key things here you want to remember too is to being able to set your delays. I would never run it just constant. You want to have your delays in there, because if you don't, you're masking it. So the best example I'll give you here real quick is if you're throwing a chatterbait out there and you have this thing going, well, they're hearing basically this sound that's getting it more active. They're really not hearing that nice chatter. Now the vibration being set off is getting set out there, but this thing is kind of doing both. So when you have that delay kicked on and they got that fish active and you know they're starting to move around, all of a sudden that sound goes dead and you hear that chatterbait coming right through. You know, it's a great 1-2 punch as far as that goes. So don't forget to always, you know, set your delays. I don't ever keep the volume very high on the windy conditions as well. I'll turn it up. I wouldn't do it any more than halfway. That's me specific. But you know, again, just play around with it. But as far as the sounds go, do your research, see what the bait fish is that's around there, and that's basically what you want to go ahead and try to match on the HydroWave. I do want to go ahead and add a little side note here. The LOB here, it's a great group. We've got a ton of, you know, fishermen that are in here, and it's just a lot of input that we can provide you guys, and we'd also like you guys to provide us some information as well. So if there's certain videos you guys would like us to kick out, or you know, any comments and stuff that you'd like us to see, definitely let us know. I'm really excited about this, and so, you know, with y'all's help, you know, we can make this a real collaborative group, because we have an array of people that fish different conditions, some that make baits, I make my lures. We'll be doing some more videos in that as well. I do that for a living, in fact. So, you know, definitely reach out in the comments, like, share, and yeah, that keeps us motivated to keep doing these videos. So give us a thumbs up, and thank you for your time. All right, bye.